Hey people, Indrid here, 53, Quest for Redemption, blue team. It's a bunch of Space Marines, isn't it? We have Aristocrat, who's not moving, there we go, with an Apothecary. Also, TvangeS, with another Apothecary. These guys fight in melee combat by default to begin to heal a passive health regeneration aura. Some Black Templars elite scheme over here. Aristocrat, oh also, with those Black Templars. Berserk, with a Force Commander, and Black Templars here too. This guy is strong offense, fighting in melee, can also tank, disrupt, and support. The red team reacts, is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee, begins with a Refractor Shield. Alongside, Mendicant Bias as a Ravener Alpha. Tunneling hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support, begins with a ranged weapon. Mendicant Bias seemed to be late getting a Termagant Brood up. Zeno, with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero, walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, rounds off the team. Hanging out in the mid with Mendicant Bias. And yeah, they are getting double Termagants. Started a little bit late, but they'll be okay. Looks like the red team are going to take the northern contested victory point. There's two naturals in the south, southwest here for the blue, and southeast here for the red. Not sure what these guys are up to. Going for a long run towards the other VP, maybe? In the mid is kicking off. Zeno does have some more heretics here. They've got those CSM, the Chaos Lord, of course, leading the charge. Ravener Alpha shooting up some tax. Force Commander says this is no good. Battle Cry on some Termagants. Those tax are not in cover, though. Just taking full on fire. Hormagaunts got forced to retreat. That's who the tax was shooting at, I think. Chaos Lord still causing problems through the mid. Can they get a kill the week going? Doom blasting heretics didn't do much. There's a kill the week. Don't think it's enough though to keep this guy in play. Only hit the Apothecary, but can they get him? They can. Apothecary falls. Heretics are going to need to run soon. Apothecary can get revived by the other Apothecary now. Shotgun scouts in play by TvangeS. Aristocrat with double tax. Berserk. I'm not sure what. They haven't spent power on anything yet, I guess. Look at that. The heretics did get all the way around to the natural victory point of the blue team. Oh, they've swapped natural VPs. Look, some scouts got over here. More CSM for Zeno. Looks like they lost those heretics through the mid in the end. They still have some. Apothecary has used the heal already. So no heals for the Force Commander here. Berserk, who's got an assault squad on the way. That's what they were saving for. Apothecary heals himself, gets in amongst some guardsmen. Gets a level. Maybe we'll see some Sanguine Chainsword action to help them brawl a bit. Sentinel getting chased by shotguns. And they get it. Nicely done by TvangeS. Guardsmen in retreat should be fine. There's no grenades or anything. Blue team getting their natural back. Heretics even tried to have a go on the power there. Dropped a model. Well done, fellas. Maybe you won't be turned into some kind of mutated chaos thing today. North, contested power turning blue. Double Apothecary is coming towards the mid here. Mendicant Bias backs off. I think they're waiting for the Chaos Lord. They've got double CSM, no Eternal War, and heretics are off the field because of that big long retreat. It's a little bit out of step here. I'm not going to be able to tell who's who. Oh, looks like they're splitting up again. With red team pushing the northern VP. Sentinel going for a decap in the far north. Lord Commissar, do you have a power sword yet? No power sword for this fella. They did replace the Sentinel. Now we have a Barbed Strangler Warrior Brood providing some basic synapse to these Termagants and Hormagaunts. Mendicant Bias is not rushing in. Now they're engaging, no. They found a place to engage that they're happy with. Zeno's got some more heretics on the way. No upgrade for these guys. Are they getting an aspiring champion? Did they not reinforce? There's some Corn Worship for +2 speed. Meanwhile, north, Apothecary has fallen over. Well played, Lord Commissar. Now the double tax are trying to force melee combat on the guardsmen. where they will clearly win, but they get stomped and knocked around by the Lord Commissar, and they didn't like it. Catachan Devils on the field now for reacts. These guys have power melee and very versatile disruption and support capabilities. Assault Squad jumping in. That may be a difficult jump, fellas. Adrenal Gland Hormagaunts, Aspiring Champion Heretics, and the Chaos Lord to deal with, not to mention everything that's shooting at you. They got away with a single model. Here comes another Assault Squad jump. These guys are TvangeS. Was that a Purification Rites heal? Might have been. Not sure what the Chaos Lord is doing. Chaos Lord is trying to fight the bunker over there. Are they going for Combi Flamer maybe? Or they've turned to engage the Assault Squad now. Now going after some tax. Yeah, could have used the Chaos Lord a bit better there. They've got a Dark Halo up. So perhaps... Oh, they also have the Harness of Rage to feed it energy. Actually decent synergy with Raptors because it is an area of effect. Energy income when you on hit, which is kind of unique to the Chaos Lord actually. That it's the last hero you'd expect to have a war gear that gives allies energy on hit, but he's got it. And there's that Dark Halo. Special attack missed there somehow. React goes tier 2. Aristocrat was the first player to go. Massive pain in the ass to deal with the Chaos Lord when he's got that Dark Halo up. Hasn't even leveled yet. And they had to like use multiple units to get rid of him solo there. Good use of improvised explosive. Messed up these guys pretty badly. Now the Lord Commissar comes in. And here comes the Apothecary of TvangeS with the Sanguine Chainsword. Hey. Takes out the Catachans. They had a good impact there, the Catachans, but they stayed in play for too long. Can the Sentinel get away? Or is it done for? It's a bit of repairs. Bolt pistol of the Apothecary. No, they give up. They give up. 56 hit points. They might have been able to take it out if they kept chasing with the pistol. Maybe. Something decapped here again. It's these heretics. Zeno loves doing this. Zeno? I don't know how you meant to say his name. I'm going to say Zeno. Ravener Alpha's here. As if they just used a tunnel or something. But there's no tunnel down there. Meanwhile, Tactical Marines got dropped in by Berserk. And they got messed up immediately. But they do get away. That's an ability that all Space Marine commanders have. Heroes have. Up in the northeast. Power being hit by 2 Apothecaries. With double Assault Marines alongside them. A bunch of attacks. React is going to need some help here. Ogren's on the way. Has Mendicant bias noticed? I don't know. Looks like the Termagants are heading north. Yeah, React doesn't want to commit too much before the Tyranids show up. Here we go. Tyranids are in. Big heal on those Assault Squad fellas. I assume we're going to see that Corrosive Devourer in tier 2 for the Ravener Alpha. Fantastic weapon against all these Space Marines. Look at that line of tacks on the left side of your screen. Oh, there's Catalyst. Catalyst on the Hormagaunts. Global ability of the Ravener Alpha. They deal double damage for the duration, but they lose health. And they almost very nearly killed that Assault Squad there. Here comes some Ogrins. Awesome frontline disruptive melee unit with heavy melee damage that can tear apart anything. And there's Use Your Red. Now that they have their bonehead leader, they can knock stuff over. Those guys grenade the Lord Commissar. That's kind of spiteful, isn't it? Just one fella trying to run away. Dreadnoughts up for Aristocrat to counter the Ogrins. Or help counter the Ogrins. Venom Brood for Mendicant Bias. I wonder if we're going to get Death Splitters. Looks like it's Synapse Aura for damage. First, that's going to give a purple damage Synapse to all these guys. Very nice and clear to see these days, thankfully. There it is. And Bloodletter's up for Zeno. Teleporting onto Marines. These guys are going to do a lot of work, I think. Power Melee Hellblaze that do insane DPS and they can teleport on you. Bad news for those attacks. Bad news for the Assault Squads as well. Did we have... Yeah, we do have Purification Rites and Armor of Purity for TvangeS. Oh, and also Purification Rites for Aristocrat. Here's the Dreadnought. How is React going to react? Oh, with the Power Sword. A bit late, but it's still an awesome weapon. Plasma guns on the way for these guys. Cancelled. They might be looking for an anti-vehicle unit now. Cancelling that. Did not cancel the power sword though. Gives them a power weapon and the awesome lead by example. Just kind of like the Force Commander's battle cry, but slightly better. You know, he has to pay for it. 353 to 385. It is a heavy weapon squad on the way for reacts. Not sure I would have gone with that, because they have the assault squads that can jump them. Maybe they're just thinking, hey, if I pull these jumps onto my heavy weapon squad, I can be ready with Ogryns to counter. Stormtroopers are a bit more mobile. Well, a lot more mobile. They don't need the setup. But they also need to get close with those melter guns, you know. Dreadnought goes after the Ogryns as expected. Ogryns, despite being able to damage all targets, including a Dreadnought, they don't really want to fight it because it has melee resistance and tons of hit points as well. Is it las cannon time? It is las cannon time. He's trying to buff them with Inspire Courage, but they got shotgunned. Tried to get a bit too close before opening up there. Uh-oh. Ravener Alpha goes down. They did have the Corrosive Devourer though. And there is the Electroshock Grubs from the Warrior Brood. And the Venom Brood, they have the ranged Synapse. So they did stick with their Venom Cannons. The Dreadnought's going to get got here, I think. Yes, Dreadnought goes down. Was pushed really far forward by Aristocrat. I mean, up to base, look at it. It's so easy to get your Walker vehicle, especially if it's melee, to just get dragged into these fights. Because you don't want to turn around and just be shot at, so you just keep going forward, keep going forward, keep going forward. I think they did have the opportunity there when they pushed off that las cannon the first time to turn around and back off. It's because they were getting shot by the Ravener Alpha, I think, and they didn't like it. So both the Lord Commissar and the Raveners down. The Apothecary also pushed forward. Zeno needs to come and revive. Mendicant Bias asking for it here. Chaos Lord retreats back. Oh, he's got some Lightning Claws. Good synergy with Harness of Rage because you get the energy faster and therefore power up your Dark Halo faster. Heretics again got a decap. Now they're getting messed up by Assault Squad pistols. Oh boy, what happened here? Bunch of dead stuff. Zeno lost some of their CSM. Didn't they have double CSM? Pretty sure they did. Heretics need to be careful. Those guys have a sergeant, but they got rid of him. Killed another model too. Look at that. Look at all these guys. Level 2 Heretics giving it a go. Another Dreadnought for Aristocrat. Reacts. Oh, I think the Chaos Lord came and just didn't revive, maybe? Or only revived the Ravener and left, I'm not sure. But they're all up now. Heavy Weapon Squad on the way for reacts again. I guess they lost that las cannon at some point. The north is red though. It's an assault cannon this time for Aristocrat. Might be able to get a very nice barrage on all those termagants and stuff. But the Ogryns are now a much bigger threat to it, because with that assault cannon it no longer has the melee resistance, which is a 40% melee damage reduction. Or a melee damage resistance, I guess. No longer don't have that. And if they inspire courage, they got Aura of Discipline as well. I think it's worth getting a Chimera up here. There's no missile launchers in play. I mean, they can get missile launchers, of course, but that's 35 power a pop to get those things up. And it means there's no more plasmas. Did this Basher... Was there a tunnel over there? Maybe. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Got some Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines here. Inferno Bolts. Bad news for Marines. In the north, is this a push from the red? Looks like it maybe is. Assault Cannon is so painful. Single target DPS. That's kind of got a shot there. Are they going to inspire courage on it? Doesn't seem like it. Electroshock Grubs, and there's the Ogryns, and they're going to make short work of that Dreadnought. Did not even need inspire courage on the las cannon. Now they get jumped, but there's no vehicles around anyway. Librarian using the force barrier. Lord Commissar runs, a bunch of Tyranids run. Plasma gun guardsmen doing huge amounts of work. Killing those assault squad fellas. Another heal goes in on them. Ogrins did awesome work there as well, and they do get away, but the blue team hold. The blue team did hold. I mean, they spent a lot of time and resources and attention getting that dreadnought down. It worked, but now next engagement they can maybe focus down these apothecaries because they're doing a lot for them. Level 5 apothecary here for TvangeS with the customized Stormbolter down in the south. Force Commander with a power sword. Not a war gear you actually see all that often. Artificer armor and an iron halo. Power sword's good though, cheap and cheerful power weapon, which improves your battle cry. Oh, can they get the bloodletters down? Very close. Very close. Terminator's coming in for Zeno. Hello, all of a sudden Chaos Terminators. Force Commander goes after him, which isn't going to work out great. They've got Power Fists and the Chaos Lord has Power Claws. And he's not happy. Well, he's got Lightning Claws, I guess. Is that what they call them? Don't Chaos fellas have a special name for their Lightning Claws? I guess not. 271 to 300. It's a good smite thrown in there. Lots of buffs for these Termagants with the Synapse and the ranged Synapse. Synapse Aura and the ranged Synapse. Good grenade. Set up by the barrier. Scouts had to risk it to get that, but they got it. And this effect you're seeing here is Angels of Death from Aristocrat. Now it's worn off. Global ability that reduces incoming damage by 50%. Apothecary gets away. 3 hit points and gets away. They're struggling to stand and trade, aren't they? Because there's just so many Marines. Level 3 Marines and stuff with plasma guns and sergeants. Termagants can't really stand and trade against that. Even these plasma guardsmen are struggling. They don't have their commissars as well. Here comes some Kashyyykin for the guard. Lord Commissar's down. Terminator Force Commander now for Berserk. Getting Lightning Claws, okay. I mean, they've had full war gear, didn't they? They lose all that war gear and now get a Terminator Force Commander. Level 3 Chaos Lord runs in. Takes tons of damage, throws up the Dark Halo, and does get away. Nicely done. Bloodletters are now going to get focused. Chaos Lord runs in again. Not sure why. They don't have any energy to use Kill the Weak. Yeah, need to run, fellas. And why those CSM getting so close? Were they line of sight blocked? Maybe they were trying to shoot the assault squad line of sight blocked and they had to run forward. Maybe that's it. Could have handled this better, I think, Zeno. Uh-oh. CSM white. Those guys must have been high level as well. Big, big loss for Zeno. I assume these guys can teleport. Heretics coming in. I don't know if you want to send Heretics into Lightning Claws, though. There's some Corn Worship. Heretics getting a cheeky decap. And this is more Terminators. This time for TvangeS. Loyalist Terminators, the Stormbolters and Power Fists. Berserk does have tons of red, so they might be saving for their own Terminators here. Hey, we got Carnifex for Mendicant Bias. Strangled Thorn Cannon, and that's what that does. Big damage and suppression on hits. Damage that hurts everything as well. Big fight here in the north. Vanguard Veterans taking a hit from the Carnifex. Retains its melee special attack, and it's pretty dangerous in melee still. Well played, the red team. Can they hold, though? Got Plasma Guardsman and Plasma Kashyyykin. That's a lot of Plasma DPS. And that's before the Ravener Alpha comes in with the Corrosive Devourer, who goes down. Just went down there. Apothecary gets away. It's another close escape from an Apothecary. And here are TvangeS' Terminators. A Gate of Infinity all the way back up to the north. Tier 3 Lictor on the way for Mendicant Bias. Oh, a revive. A quick revive from the Lord Commissar. Has the Bionic Eye now for Inspired Determination. That's probably going to be fired at the Ogrins quite a lot. but doesn't have the Chimera around to reinforce them. You used to always see that used with the Chimera. Doesn't seem to be something that happens that often these days. You're getting anything, says Mendicant Bias. Not at the moment, says Reacts. Yeah, they are starved of resources right now. Decent chunk of raid, but there's not really anything Lord Commissar can call in with it in terms of units. Just save up for a Lehman Russ, I suppose, at this point. They focus in me, says Mendicant Bias. Here's the Lictor. Looks like the Lictor wants to go down the south side. This guy's awesome. Heavy melee damage, has Flesh Hook and a Leap, and of course an Infiltrate. Not only can they infiltrate, they can infiltrate for free. Does not take energy per second to maintain. And they have fast capping. Superb little unit, that Lictor Alpha. That Lictor, not the Lictor Alpha. Chaos Lord takes some shots, but had the Halo up, and they do have Lightning Claw, Chaos Terminators, of course. Here comes a Chaos Predator now. Go Mark of Corn, I say. Bunch of infantry here. Level 6 Apothecary with Armor of the Apothecarian on the way. 50 power, it's expensive, but it's so good in the team game. So good. Scouts are going to run into a Lictor. They go for the decap. And they're spotting it, of course, because of the Sergeant. Red team pushing Pounder north, though. The Reacts had a nice period of play there where they don't have to reinforce anything, so they can save up for stuff. But look at this double push in the south. Mendicant Bias has responded. There's your tank. Already taken a bunch of damage, though. Oh, Cyclone Missile Launcher was up, that's why. The tank has survived for now. Bloodletter's getting kind of messed up. Look at that advanced healing. Look at the value they're getting from that. They need to focus down those Apothecaries. I don't think they both have it, though, do they? Maybe. It might be only one of them. Chaos Lord goes down. Look, it's like they haven't been damaged. So it's that advanced healing. Do they both have it? I don't think so. No, this guy's got Armor of Purity for a faster heal. But TvangeS is causing problems. Many problems. Oh, they go Mark of Nurgle. Makes your tank very tough. A little bit slower. And the main battle cannon, the auto cannon on top, gets a bunch of stinky Nurgle stuff. Well played, Reacts. Didn't just sit in the north. They have come south to bash power. Well played indeed. Neurothrope on the way for Mendicant Bias. That could do huge amounts of work for them. With all that heavy infantry armor around. Predator tank for Berserk. 161 to 170. It's very close. Very close game. They got a decap. Looks like they're not going to bother bashing the rest of the gens. This thing's almost bashed. 6 hit points. Just finish it off, fellas. Kassakin looking to go for the VP now. Reacts looking for a big flank after that. Here's a grenade. They ran off. They chucked their own grenade as well. Here we go. Red team trying to break out again. Getting some good suppression from the flank thanks to Mendicant Bias. And there is that advanced healing. They're not trying to focus the Apothecary. The other Apothecary is fighting in the back lines there, look. So was the Force Commander. Rocket Run, Orbital, everything's popping off now. Rocket Run from Reacts, the Orbital from Berserk, I think. There's that Neurothrope. Not sure if they popped the Paroxysm already. I don't think so. They got full energy there. Ogrin's buffed with Inspired Determination there. Gonna just bludgeon this Librarian to death. Got rid of the Apothecary. Did the other one go down? No, both of the Apothecaries survived, but I think they both ran off. Carnifex forcing melee on those Terminators there. And there's a Paroxysm. Oh, they teleported out of it though. Paroxysm does percentage-based damage over time. So it's massively effective versus units that have high health pools, such as Terminators. And because it's psychic damage, it actually does extra to them. Melter Bomb. Those guys teleport forward for a missile launch. Ouch, 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 ouch. And the Nurgle tank takes it. Level 2. Land Raider Redeemer on the way now for Berserk. Spent their red on that nuke so they can't get Terminators up. Reacts with a Stormlord on the way. That's going to be awesome for them. And a Chaos Predator again for Zeno. Mendicant Bias has tons of resources. I guess they need more rec for a Carnifex. Maybe they're going to get a Swarmlord. Bloodletter's getting messed up trying to approach there. Stormlord is up. Do you keep it north? Probably. That's where the contested victory point is. That thing has a Vulcan Mega Bolter to shred infantry, especially heavy and super heavy, because it does Inferno PvP damage, which is extra versus those armor types. Another Carnifex for Mendicant Bias. I'd go for a Thornback here. Just charge into people's faces and then try and claw that Apothecary to death. There's advanced healing and Angels of Death going off here. These guys are too far away to benefit from that healing though. Vanguard Veterans jumping in. Librarian is there. Apothecary has stopped the advanced healing for now. Are those double noble tanks? They are. Big tough old tanks. Got the decap. Oh, look at them standing in double Nurgle crap there, and that did a lot of damage. Now the fast capping Lictors on the VP. Lightning Claw Terminators and a Lightning Claw Chaos Lord taking out a Lightning Claw Force Commander. Well, they made him run anyway. The only Terminator that can retreat. I guess the Chaos Lord is technically a Terminator, I guess. And so is the Brother Captain. Those guys can run, so why not? Land Raider Redeemer is in. Can retreat back to this thing and reinforce of it, not to mention health regen and a bunch of guns. Oh, the Stormlord came south. Stormlord came south. Nobody has the Northern VP. Aura of Discipline, helping to heal these fellas. You can reinforce off the Stormlord as well, can't you? So that's awesome for those Ogrins when they get Inspire Determined on them. Ouch. Lots of damage to the Warrior Brood. Warrior Brood goes down. That was a lot of Synapse backlashes. Down goes a Ravener as well. Mendicant Bias underestimating the damage of that Twin Linked Assault Cannon there. This is a big push. Big push. And there's the advanced healing. Oh, did they go Thornback? They did. It's a Thornback in there. It's going after the Land Raider though. I think I'd go after the infantry. We have a Predator that's come really far forward. Carnifex charges out. Goes after an Apothecary, but it's taking tons of damage here, this Carnifex. It might need to leave, if it even can leave. Huge amounts of DPS pouring in on those Terminators from that Stormlord. Here come Bloodletters now. What is up there? Oh, they're trying to get on the VP, look. Scouts on it, are they? Not sure. No, there wasn't Scouts. I think that was Vanguard Veterans or something, or Assault Squad. Because they had a melee Decorator. And they died. They super died. Chaos Lord looking for a kill. What level are you, buddy? Level 5. Oh, Mendicant Bias is down to 1 unit. They're down to a Lictor, and that is it. They do have a triple cap, though, the red team. Is it enough? I'm not sure what that is sitting on the north. Oh, it's Bullgrins. Oh, I don't know if they can deal with that Force Commander, though. Back down to the south. Triple cap still going. It was the Lictor on this. Now trying to fight off this Vanguard Veteran squad. Bullgrins are kind of getting messed up here. Here comes some support. Kassakin with plasma guns. They can pour some DPS on this Force Commander. I mean, they didn't get it capped. They got it decapped, but they didn't get it capped. Are Bullgrins just going to cap again? They are. 34 to 101. A single for the red team. Blue team are going to get their natural back, though. Mendicant Bias lost their Lictor. They just tried to hold those guys up as much as they could. They killed a couple of them. And now they've got double zone throws. Okay. Triple Nurgle Predators for Zeno. It's a tough nut to crack. They need to focus the same target, I think, so that the Nurgle gunk is all stacked up. There's an orbital. Down to 15 VPs, though, the blue team. And a Imperial Abyss goes in. There's Angels of Death. Nurgle tank goes down. Sucker missile launcher got it. Madness. Big push from the blue team. Down to 5 VPs, though. There's the decap. Do they have enough time to decap it? I don't know. I don't think they do. There it is. The red team hold on, and they take it. They got the Force Commander down. Look at that. Well done, Reacts. Defended the VP up here. Zeno was able to stay solid after Mendicant bias pushed a huge amount of units to get the advantage and lost a bunch. The Storm Lord doing huge amounts of work. Let's look at these heroes. Level 7 Apothecary in there somewhere. TvangeS level 9. Berserk had the Terminator Force Commander, of course, he doesn't level up. Level 4 Lord Commissar. A level 5 Ravener Alpha. And a level 6 Chaos Lord. Land Raider maybe came out a little bit late to really help them. I mean, they tried to go for a big push there. And they would have got the decap for sure. Not sure if they could have held on after that, though, the blue team. Well, I guess we'll never know. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.